Okay, good morning everyone. By the way, I am teacher Aryan, your instructor for math subject. Okay, so before anything else, I would like you to hear this song entitled Proportion and listen carefully. Okay? Okay, so
when you're solving a proportion, I'm sorry, there's no magic potion to find the missing part. You'll have to get smart in how you solve this major problem. Look at your neighbor and try to rob them
Okay.
to find out what to do.
Okay,
Now
so
I will show you. You could use ratio or scale factor. Either way, you get there.
okay, so how do you find the song? Is it good? Okay, yeah, it's so nice. So, okay, so that's why I am preparing those songs for you because our topic for this morning is just related to the song, okay? So, our topic for this morning is all about proportion and its kinds, okay? So, who among you here have an idea what proportion is? Okay, no one? Okay, let me just read it for you. Okay, just eyes on the board. Okay, so proportion is the statement of equality between two ratios or fractions. Okay, so proportion is the statement of equality. Masabtan jud ang meaning sa proportion. Let me give you an example. Okay? So example kay 2:7. 2:7 is equal to 6:21. So the first term, which is 2, and the last term, which is 21, is what we call the extremes. Okay? And the second term, which is 7, and the third term, which is 6, is what we call the means. Okay? So, the first step, we must multiply the extremes. Okay? Ang extremes kay katong first of 4 term. Okay? So, multiply the extremes. 2 times 21. So, di ba sila man tong extremes sa first and 4 term. So, 2 times 21. Okay? So, 2 times 21 is equal to 42. Okay, and the next step is multiply the means. Multiply both means. Okay? Ang means kay second o third term. Unsa ganito ang second term? Okay, 7. Ang third term kay okay, 6. So, we must multiply na to sila. 7 times 6 is equal to 42. So, unsa ganito yung meaning sa proportion? So, proportion is the statement of equality, correct? Okay, so it is called proportion because when you multiply the means and the extremes, the answer will just the same. Okay, do you understand? Let us now proceed to the 3 kinds of proportion. The first one is the direct proportion. So, direct proportion is the equality in ratios where can increases in one quantity causes an increases also in another quantity, or a decreases in one quantity causes a decreases in one quantity. So there are two okay, so if mo increase gani ang ang direct proportion kay kuan siya. If mo increase ang first statement kay mo increase pod ang second statement, okay? Okay, so para masabtan jud gaan ta mog example, okay? So just tan-awan ni ninyo nga example. Okay ha? Okay, so 7 is to 8 is equal to 56 is equal to n. Okay, let's find the value of n. So we must multiply the first step is we must direct direct proportion ni siya. Okay, so we must multiply extremes and means. Okay? So ato i-multiply. So 7 times n is equal to 8 times 56. Okay? So 7n is equal to pila man 7 times n is equal to 7n. Okay, so 8 times 56 is equal to 448. Okay, so over 7 so cancel 7 1. Okay, so ang nahibili na lang kay ang n. So, divide 448 to 7. And the answer is 64. So, the value of n is ila 64. Okay? So, kuha na ni siya. So, 7 times 7 is equal to 8. 7 is to 8 is equal to 56 is to 64, o diba? So direct proportion siya kay diba ang 7 is to 8, diba? Ni raise man siya, ni increase man siya. So second sa statement pod ni increase pod siya. So from 56 to 64. So mo na siya direct proportion if ang usa mo increase, ang ikaduha pod mo increase. Okay? So nasabtan ra class. Okay. Let us now proceed to the second kind of proportion, which is the inverse proportion. So, inverse proportion is a proportion where an increase in one quantity causes a decrease in the order quantity, or a decrease in one quantity causes an increase in another quantity. Kabaliktaran, opposite. Opposite na siya sa katong. Opposite siya sa direct. Ang kaning inverse kay if ang usa mo decrease, ang usa mo increase. Ang usa mo decrease, ang usa mo increase. They are not equal. The two statements are not equal. Nadji mo labaw nila. Okay? Di sila magkaparehas. They are not the same. Okay, so para masabtan dyan ninyo ang inverse proportion, let me just give you an example, okay? So, ang example kay, so 2 is to 4 is equal to 8 is equal to n. 8 is to n, okay? Let's find the value of n. So in inverse proportion, we must use the x sub 1, x sub 2, x sub 3, x sub 4. Okay? So, the x sub 1 is 2. The x sub 2 is 4. And the x sub 3 is 8. And the x sub 4 is n. Okay? And let's find the value of n. Okay, so, the formula of this is, let us multiply the x sub 1 times x sub 2 is equal to x sub 3 times the x sub 4. Okay? So, the x sub 1 and x sub 2 is 2 times 4 is equals to x sub 3 times x sub 4, which is 8 times n. Okay, so 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Is equals 8 times n is equals to 8n. Okay, so over 8. So 8. Tahan na to over 8. Okay, so cross cancellation. Okay, so ang 8, mahimo na lang 1. Okay, so ang mahibilin ang katong 1. So, mahibilin, copy 1 is equal to n or n is equal to 1. So, ang value day sa atong n kay 1. Okay. So, mahimo na siyang so atong given kay 2 is to 4 is equal to 8 is to n. So, ang n kay 1. Okay? So, mahimo na siyang 2 is equal to 4. 2 is to 4 is equal to 8 is to 1. Okay? So, di ba? Mo na nino. Ang first, ni gamay ang statement, ni decrease ang statement, after ni decrease ang statement, ni increase ang statement, and sa second na sad statement, increase ang statement, and sa sunod, ni decrease din ang statement. So, mo na siya inverse. They are not totally equal. Naadji mo pataas nila, naadji mo increase. Ang usa mo lower, ang usa mo decrease, ang usa mo increase. Okay? And is the partitive proportion. Okay? So, partitive proportion shows the total number of an object distributed into two or more unequal quantities. Okay? So, for example, if 60-meter nylon is cut into the ratio of 3:6:n, what is the value of n? Okay, so let's find the value of n. Okay, so 3 and 6 is the given number. Okay, so 3 times 6 is equal to 18. Okay, so 3 over 18 and 6 over 18. Okay, so 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 3 divided by 18 is 6. And 6 divided by 6 is 1. And 6 divided by 18 is 3. Okay. So the 60 meters, so the 60 meters over the 6 is equal to 60 meters over 3. Okay. Now copy the 10 and the 20 and the total of and the answer of 60 minus 30 is 30. Okay, so 10 is to 20 and 20 is to 30. So let us find their common factor. Okay, what is their common factor of 10, 20 and 30? Okay, so so is it 10? Okay, you got it right. Yeah, it's 10. So 10 divided by 10 is 1, and 20 divided by 10 is 2. Okay, and last is 30 divided by 10 is correct, 3. Okay, so and next step is we must multiply each by 3. Okay, so 1 times 3 is equal to 3, and 2 times 2 times 3 is equals to 6, and 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Okay, so the value of n is 9. I-ask nga question ha nya kanang i-identify ninyo kung unsa ni siya nga proportion. Okay, so nadiri 3 rin ni siya ka question. Okay, so let's read number 1. Okay, let me just read it for you. Number 1, buying an item, the more you buy, the more you will spend money. Unsa man na siya? Is it direct? Is it a inverse, or is it a partitive? Unsa man na siya? It's a direct proportion. Okay, and the second one is speed and time in traveling. When you drive fast, the time of your travel will be shortened. So, unsa ni siya nga kaya sa proportion? Okay, Bea? Okay, good. You got it right. Yes, it is an inverse proportion. Okay, and the last question is, if a give whole is to be divided into several parts given a specified ratio, what proportion would we use? Sa man niya proportion na to magamit, ani? Ha? Okay, sakto. Ang magamit na to ani nga proportion kay katong partitive proportion. Okay, sakto. Very good.